Hello everyone, what's up, what's going on? Thanks for joining on Twitch and on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, this will be the cut part of the live stream, and I'll be so glad if you could join us on the live stream. I stream every day from Monday till Friday, unless something comes by and I will update the schedule. Okay, today, what are we doing today? All right, same thing like the past two episodes. We're attending the workshop at DoubleJump Academy, Houdini for games. We're basically learning the HDA workflow to Unreal. And that thing works so smoothly that it should be illegal. That's at least what Grayson said, who is the mentor. All right, so cool. We will start by reopening our project, going step by step. So let's get Unreal launching. Unreal takes quite a bit of time to launch, but that is fine. So let's go to Unreal right here. Let's go through the whole process even today, just as a revision more or less, and as it's opening I'm just gonna go back here and try to review what we did yesterday, and that is we actually have added 2 points. I don't know if y'all can see this. I probably can see it, and so we added 2 points right there, and when we press enter we should have the ability to control where they are, and we have those bridge planks generating, and they are quite cool. You can see the shorter it is, the less planks there are, and the bigger it is, the more planks there will be, and the more compressed they are. We have created new parameters to control it. We wanted last time to add width, so thickness of each plank. We wanted to be able to control, maybe control like the randomness of the thickness of the planks, because sometimes they're just not perfect. We will see what we will learn today, how we can add our own spin to it. I definitely think the rope got a bit thicker here, but that is something we can definitely change. Anyway, let's check on our Unreal project. Let's go into recent projects and double click on that right there. Now it should open soon, and so we'll wait for that, and here we are. Okay, one thing I want to make sure of definitely is if everything is up to date. So that should be our Houdini tool that we created before with the drawing, and those are 2 points that we know about so far. Let's actually try to update our tool by going here, and if I'm not mistaken, just right click on that, and let's update it by save node type, I believe. Now it should have saved it, and we need to re-import by right click re-import here, and let's put it again in the scene. And now we wait. Okay, the engine is ready, so it is connected somehow. That's cool. Let's check on our, is it the parameter, or is it the generate, or is it the bank, is it the assets option? Okay, I'm gonna actually try to remember. Geometry input, world input, curve input. We'll probably need a curve input here. Here we go. We have our planks, they're working, and it was as easy as right click, save the thing again, and we have our planks. So at least we know that it is updating. It's giving me like security to keep working on it. And as I mentioned yesterday, actually the ropes, because there's a lot of gap between the rope and the planks, they are creating quite the nice, oh my god, this thing is way too fast. How to reduce it? Yeah, okay. While you go with the WASD system, you could scroll up or down to slow it down, or speed it up basically. Okay, so we can see that they're creating quite the shadows, which is a good thing. We want shadows because they give us nice understanding of depth. So that is artistically, I would say, a good thing, or I would argue. So let's see. We need the density to be a bit higher here. And is it the higher the better? Let me just check that. Yes, it is. All right, so let's go with 10. All right, that's too much. 2. How does 2 look like? Nope, doesn't want to. 1. So it's between 1 and 0, I guess. So 0.5. How would that feel? Let's check that out. All right, so now we're getting more planks here. That looks really cool. Let's go with 3. Oh, that's a bit too much, of course. Let's go 4.4. Yeah, this is looking really nice, really smooth. Enjoying the procedural part of it. So if we take that part right there, it should go with it and should be oriented as well to the point. That's what we did yesterday. All right, so that's that. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep grinding. Let's go back to our Houdini. And now we will definitely add more features and learn more stuff and add more ropes, and whatever we want to do, we will do now. All right, so one thing to do is go back to our course and give it a go. One more thing. So right there, and we can still see the chat. That's amazing. Okay, I will pause. All right, so we've learned a little trick, something really cool. Let's switch back to our spacious workspace here. Put this thing a bit to the right, and now dive in our node system. Well, one thing I've learned now is, like, for example, if we select all of those nodes, right, and we press A, we keep holding of that, and then with the mouse button go either up or down or left or right. No, wait, so now we went up. Now they should be aligned to each other in this axis. But if I press A again and press the mouse button and left or right, I will be able to align them as such. That's quite handy. I really like that. So let's align our stuff this way everywhere. Those are quite aligned, actually. I would like this to be aligned like this, like I said before. Is it okay if we align those up again? Yeah, so it's kind of interactive. It's a bit smart. I will take that transform, and now what we will do is also A and this way. And yeah, that's fine for me for now. Let's take this group, put it here. Ah, it's going to the transform. All right, that's good enough. And then, so let's take that thing here. So it communicates a better hierarchy. Okay, yeah, that's the trick for now. We'll go back and actually let's just do it everywhere. Let's just do it everywhere, like here too. It's a really cool trick for organizing your stuff. Would love to know a trick on how to like take the nodes here and give them more points. Like maybe Control or Alt. Yeah, all right, so here you go. With the Alt, you add more points to make them more organized and less spaghetti-like. And so we'll just do that. In some cases, like for example here, I want this to just be going straight from this point. I want these to go here, so it's clear where the lines are going. And here as well, I want this to basically, wait a second, can I drag and drop? Or can I just drag and select? That will be amazing. Cool. Like you see now, we have them connect in a like a better way. And if we add another add here, alt, and we add another point. Yeah, I like this. I like this quite a lot, actually. Yeah, it helps me understand what's going on in a better way. We'll just separate things away from each other so it doesn't look very much unorganized here. I still think this should be down there. Although it's fine to have them like go step 1, step 2, I guess. Yeah, all right, so this is looking nice. We'll learn some more tricks, y'all. We'll be right back then. And so pause. Okay, so we've learned some stuff. basically the main issue here to solve is our procedural or procedurality of the solution. So what I mean by that is if we go back all the way to our curve to understand it a little better, here we have our orient along curve node, and if we check the normals, we have to zoom in quite a bit, I think, and click on it itself. And if we zoom in, we should be able to see some normal values. Let me check. Well, let's go back to the resample just to see if we could see any normal values. Actually, that's the normal. I always check the wrong thing. Okay, we see some normal values that are going into the direction. So let's go back again into those 2 points. And we see they're all going this way into the, I think, the z-axis, or they're just going along the line, so to speak. Now that we visualize that, I want us to imagine a way where we could have the rails of the bridge spawning on the side of the wooden blanks. Okay, so one way to do it, let's go after the resample and we create a transform, right? So like if we go and transform the line itself to the side, if I press enter here, let's press enter, and we just basically move it like that, right? If we have that as a template, we should be able theoretically now to spawn the rail. However, one problem we're facing here is if we change the point itself, and now we will go back to our first view, this one, and we will take our first node, first add node here, press enter. Just press enter here. Come on. Actually, like this one. Yeah. Okay, wait. Let's go back here. I'm just gonna have 2 of them showing. That's not a big deal. And we will see now our duplicate for the rail spawn. And so I will show you how not procedural that all is. We will keep that as a template though. So how can I do this that I can only see this thing? All right, so can I that won't work. How can I control the points? Okay, so let me just go with something crazy here, put the point like right there and go back here. I don't know how I could view 2 things at the same time yet. You see, the transition had not worked in our favor. It's going literally over itself and it's not keeping the distance. If I go Ctrl Z, back to our point, you could see how much distance there was here. And this could not serve our proceduralism because it will literally, as we move this part, it will cross over it as such, and that is not good. We don't want that. It's not ideal. It will break. It will eventually break, and we don't want that to happen if we are creating an HDA. Okay, or like a proper HDA at least. Okay, so what we would do is go a different route, and that is our attribute route. And one way we could actually make this happen is if we go to the orient along curve. And now we scroll down a little bit to output attributes, and we see that it is creating an up attribute in the y-axis, which makes sense. If you go here in the y is upwards in Houdini, so it's a up system, y up. We see that it's outputting an up value, and if we check our spreadsheet, we have our position x and y and z. You know, we have our normal x, y, and z, and we have our up x, y, and z. And we wanted to finally output an x value. We wanted to output a new value called out on the x axis. And for now, there's no way to visualize this, so we would need to basically create our own visualizer. And visualizer is right here on this menu. If you scroll all the way down, click the visualization right here, actually right click on it, and now you'll see like this menu where it says what type of visualizers are on, which object you're choosing, I guess where are you in the hierarchy. So let's just add one, and we will add it as a marker, not as a color, not as a volume, not as a tag, not as a constraint, capture weights. This is all some things we will learn later on, but for now we need a marker that shows the out value, which now, by the way, we see in the spreadsheet. If we keep going like right there, here we see the out in the X and the out in the Y, and the out in the Z as well. The Y stays 0 because it is not interested in the Y here. It's only interested in the out values, the Z and X values. Okay. Okay, so I just need to sniff to basically just blow out my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, I just realized that I was muted. Yep, I know. Beginner mistake, so to speak. Well, good thing I wasn't muted for too long. So what I will be doing here is more or less creating a visualizer. And because I created it now without y'all, so this is the end result. So keep that in mind. And I will do it again. So right click here. Let's delete the out. I believe, so if we right click, and we right click and we delete, we should not be able to see it again. All right, so when you right click on this icon right there, this is our visualizer. We could see and unsee it. So we can see it and hide it if we want to. For now, we want to see it, and we want to add a new visualizer because we created an attribute that is not normally added from Houdini by itself. So we'll just add it now to visualize it, and so it will be a marker. There are different ways to do you could create your own visualizer with different attributes, with different ways, like color, like volume, tag, constraints, or capture weights. So for now, I'll add a marker. And in here, we could give it a name or a label or even a type. As you can see right there, you can make an attribute, basically call in an attribute. So an attribute is like P, for example, or like N. But for now, we will call out, and we'll bring that in. We see that it is bringing the values as text, so it's telling us the actual values of the out. And what we want is a vector. So please bring in our vector. And now I'll follow Grayson's advice of putting the color of the x-axis, because it communicates the best way that this is going sideways. So we're just sticking with the values right there. Let's add a name for it so we're not lost. This is out, out, out. Everything is out. You might need different values here in the future, but for now we will stick with with those, and we'll close that. And now we will view the resample, and we see that it adds a lot of points, equal points for the distribution. And now, how do we communicate, or actually that's something I showed now before. If we go back, and I'll show you how smart this is. If we go back right there, and I change this point to maybe here again, we will see that it will calculate it in a smart way. No matter what we do, it will always calculate the out values. And that is something we need. We can't do that with the transform, unfortunately, but we can do it this way, and it will be more procedural friendly, I would say. And so now, in order to excuse me, in order to tell Houdini, hey, please, that line, take it outwards in the value, so move it outwards where this value is going, we need to put it in a code or in a VOP where we could add some math and we can manipulate the values. Okay, I'm just gonna mute real quick. We'll be right back. All right, so nose is quite clear. So look. Thanks to that nose spray. All right, so let's get that VOP thing going. Attribute VOP. Just write VOP. Actually, I think it's quite faster. No, we're just gonna add a VIP. VOP attribute VOP, looking good. And with that VOP, I think that's just a bit too big here. Like, can you go a little bit away, please? All right. Actually, if I press D now, I go to the general, and I go to the width, name width, and I just put this a little bit fewer here. Yeah. This is fine though. The other thing, the comments. I don't like the comments. They're way too big. It's annoying. Can't change that. Yeah, doesn't matter. So we'll keep it like it is. All right, so we have our VOP here. If we double click here, this is a bit too small. Let's make it a little bigger here. Yeah, we've experimented with this. If you don't know what this thing is, check out our Houdini for games episode 2, I think, or episode 1 is basically where we start working with this thing. That is not Houdini Let's Learn at DoubleJump. That is Let's Learn Houdini. So without any association with DoubleJump. And if I will expand a little bit for you, as you can see, we have our nodes, we have our attributes. So normal, for example, position, and all the different other attributes that you have, like age, life, like ID, like time, like point number. We've worked with this one before. Yeah, so there are different ones, and if you don't see yours, and now we learned that we could add something called bind. All right, so bind, not to be mistaken by the serial killer, just bind right here. And if we click on here, we should be able to tell it, hey, you are actually the out attribute, if I'm not mistaken. That should be the one, and I will add out here, and we will make it a vector just like we did before. Vector, where are my vector? Where are my vector? V, normal point, vector array, no, just a normal vector, and light, volume, surface, all right, what else is there? Doesn't it have to be a vector? No, I'm questioning if it should be a float. Okay, I'll pause this. All right, just checked, and it is actually a vector, and it's not that far away, because I thought this would be alphabetical. But what happens if I type V? Okay, not gonna get anywhere. Just read, Jack, read. Here we go. Now this should gives us 3 values, and it is correct because those values are actually 3 values. If we check our spreadsheet, we will see that our out value is z, y, and x, so that is why we have chosen a vector value. Looking good, everyone. So let's put that thingy here because we can't see it in one of those attributes, so we have to make it basically. All right, now we will add some magic to it. So add is the first input that we will add, and we add it here. So we have our out value plus the position, and this should go into the position value. Now, in order to manipulate the position, we need our multiply, and our multiply is right here. Tab, multiply, hook it up right there. And now, so we see it takes 2 steps. First, the out value will be multiplied by, now, middle mouse button, promote a parameter. I said it correctly, right? parameter. Click on here, double click actually, to expand it a little bit. And let's go in here and check our stuff. So for example, is it a float or is it a vector? Let's see what we would need in this case. I'll be right back. Okay, just check just to be sure. And this input, we'll give it a name. First of all, we will call it like side offset. And same with the label actually. And we'll keep the float value to 1. And now, yeah, we have it. So basically what we're saying here, and let me just try to think about it a little bit. So our out vector value is being currently multiplied by 1. So they all are the same. And when this value of the out, so for example, if it was a 2, it will go through here. If the multiply here is 1, then it will multiply it and it will be 2. It will still go from here as 2, and we will add the position value of each vector on top of everything, and this will give us already an offset. And now we could decide how much of an offset we want by controlling the multiply input right there, which is the side offset. Now, let's save this. Let's go back to our HDA nodes, and we see that we have 2. When we click right there, and we basically just view it and template the step behind it, we see that we have 2 rails next to each other. And on top of everything, we can go right there on the attribute VOP and basically manipulate our side offset to be less. And more, of course, if we say 0.5, it will go bigger, right? If it's a 1, it's just a 1. Now we need that thing to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm thinking how we could do that. I'm just guessing right now. If we to right-click actions and create reference copy, for example, and then we basically unhook, well, yeah, exactly. So we will unhook that value here. So how was that actually? Do you delete, try to include, lock, unlock, revert to default, revert and restore, make current valid default, export parameters type, more. Okay. I have definitely forgotten how to do this, and that is fine. It comes with it. However, I know that there's a way, and I know it is quite simple. So I will actually go to our video yesterday. I'm just going to put it here. I'm going to go to our video yesterday and check our transform value before we were done with this. We copied over the same rope. Let's see. Just gonna... here it is. So how do we do it? Control left click. Okay, I should have just tried it. Okay, but I had to promote my YouTube channel. Okay, control left click, and let's make this into the minus. Hopefully it works. Yep, it is working. And now we basically should be able to merge both of them. So we go right there and we merge. Let's see if this is the right way. Actually, I still don't know. Maybe there's a better way to do it. So we still have to see. And now we do the thing we learned with the alt. Didn't work. Anyway, so let's just hook those together. Put an alt here. And hook this thing in there. No, why is it not working? Okay, it doesn't matter for now. Let's just keep it. Okay, and now we'll view this. And look what we have in here. We have railing. And for now, we're not sure if they are the same size. So one way to do it is to just view our planks. Are they that wide? And the answer is hell no. Now we learned how to go between viewports by pressing the space bar and 2, for example, to go upwards, and we see that this is way too big, y'all. All right, so what we'll do is basically roughly going with our eyes, this is 1 square, 2 square, 3 squares, 4 squares, and 5 square, because half here. All right, half and half makes 5 squares. Now 1, 2, 3 already too much, so we need 2.5 here and 2.5 here. Now how do we do that? We experiment and we try to understand it. So 0 to 5, is that the value we want? Is that giving the value that we want? Let's see, 1.5, that is not the value that we want, so we want 5 maybe. Now we have 1 to half, 1 to half, so 0.5 is the value. So 0.5 should be the value. All right, so we have it all together. Maybe there's a way we could hook the width here with the width here and have it all work out in the end. I am wondering why the merge here had lost its value, and that is due to the connection that we made here, maybe. Let's check it out. Alright, so that thing is not working anymore for some freaking reason. Copy to point. Yeah, it's not working anymore. Our rope is not spawning where we want it to be. Now let's see what's the problem here. Our scale here. Let's just hide the normals a little bit and try to understand what is happening. So if this was to bypass, okay, so that is like our last scale. Polybevel and transform. Okay, where is this? What is this transform? That is transforming the box itself. But do we need that really? Do we need the box itself to move? We basically don't. So what we need is, we will now go to, let's see. We will hook that thing inside the transform and take the scale values out from here. And now hook the transform again. And now take the value from this here. I feel like the transform, this one, is not enough. So we will make it enough. I think it got... now, well, this one is working at least, right? No, it is not. No, wait. Okay, this. So the invert is not quite working. We will just basically delete this. And now we'll make an action again. And use default shape. Well, create reference copy. Yeah, that's what we want. And we will go inside here and control out this thing. And just have one value out in here. This should fix it. Okay, so yeah, the organizing between quotes, of course, of the between the connections did not work as we wanted to, but now we had fixed it, hopefully. Now if we enable this, we should have, yeah, we're getting the visualization as well with everything. Okay, this is looking good. Let's reference. All right, so for now, the thing is working quite well. Let's reference this thing to it. We see that there is a slight... All right, let's see this. Where is this? And where is this? Let's view them. And all right, so what's happening right now is that we only have 2 lines. And we want our resample to go through like immediately and template this. And now we have a better thing going on for us. Yeah, merge, you could see that it is on the edges now. We might need them to be a bit closer to here, but we will see about that. So good enough for now. Let's learn how this is probably done. And okay, so far everything is done well. One way we could have done this differently is, actually, let me show you. If I delete it now and I make a new copy, so right click and actions and create reference copy, right? One way to do the minus thing, the side offset thing, is here. Wait, let me check. Attribute binding. I think it's here. If we multiply that by -1, I think should work. Does it work? Does it work? No, it does not work. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna go back, revert to our settings for now. Maybe I'll cover it later. If you remember, we tried to manipulate the add points on the go. So here, when we did this, everything disappeared. Well, one way to see everything at the end is because we could just go right there and view everything and see it for ourselves. Okay. Yeah, as you can see right there, we see everything going on, and that is great. However, we don't see where the lines are. And I wonder what type of thing here we're missing. I think the visualizer will be too much, but for now, it's our only way to do it, because I don't know of any other way. But yeah, we see that the orientation is going correctly no matter where we go. That is quite cool. All right, so just wanted to clarify how to do this. You could always go a step back, and you don't have to have two windows on and everything. You just can, view your HDA thingy, right? I actually need to rename it, but let's keep it the same name for now, because I don't want to re-import it again. It's actually fine for now, and then we could change the name later. Cool stuff. Yeah, let's learn more. Okay, so we basically had measured on our own. So far, everything works. That's really cool. We've done it properly. The bounding, sorry, I'm going ahead of myself. So we basically measured the width of those by eye. It worked for us, but there's a way to measure them properly and more procedurally. And it is, if we go right there, and if we go right back to our box, right? And maybe a level after that to the pulley level. Yeah, I think that is fine. And then we should be able to add our bound attribute, which I will show to you in a minute. So let's go here. Let's do it. And let's add a bound to it. What a bound does is basically it creates a box around the actually no, let's not go here. Let's do it after the merge. Should be fine. All right, so what a bound does is it, as you can see, it adds a box around the plank. And if we to view this without it, you see that it's going a bit, it's basically also measuring the ropes, and I want it to. And it's just making a whole box around everything. And one thing we could add as an add-on to this node is the radii, at least. That's how Grayson spells it. So let's see if it works. So if we add the radii, here, it should calculate the value of this box or of this cube. And actually, I'm just gonna go back to perspective view. It will calculate its height, its width, and its length. And of course, this is different to every other object, because what might be length for this object could be the width of other. Okay, I think this makes sense, I guess. So yeah, it had calculated the values now for us, and we could view that by opening the spreadsheet right here. Well, for now, we only have the position values. I wonder how I can get to the radii values. Well, let's see, radii, yeah, it should show. All right, give me a break. Okay, so one way to do it is, you see here, there are different tabs. There's a vertice tab, there is the primitives tab, and there's the detail tab. And in the detail tab, we have our radii. And we have the values here, and we suppose, like for example, the width of this plank will be the largest value, so it's the 0.5 right there. Actually, bull eye on that, so I could calculate it quite correctly. And what you would do is you copy that value and you put it back in your VOP right there, right here. That's exactly what we've done. We've done it correctly. Now there's quite more steps to that. I'll view them and I will be right back with you. All right, y'all. So what we will do is make this a bit smarter. So if we do change the width of the box itself, it would update with it as well. Now, in order for me to do that, I will also have to review the way they have updated the copy without unreferencing it anymore. So I still need to check that out, and we'll be right back with you. All right, so I figured it out. For now, let's actually delete that attribute, and we will do it again, actions, and please create reference copy. And now we should have a copy of that node, and it should follow all the values of the copy. All right, so if we just expand this a little bit, expand it a little bit more. Okay, so, and now what we will do is click on the side offset and we will see the expression it has, right? What we could do is, and I'm now just trying, so we could multiply by -1. Let's see if this works. It should work. I already saw it working. Yeah, it is working. So now say if we go here and we like either template or reference it, we change it. It should change with it automatically. That is great. Now, what we will do is add an expression right here before the copy happens that says, yo, Houdini, what's up? I would love to know how much is the bound value. Okay, so first of all, you will have to tell it, hey, yo, access the bound. And then in the bound, I want you to access the radii. And in the radii, I would love it if you give me just the first one, the number 0. And we'll see how that works in, I suppose it's Vex. Okay, so let's do that. We will check it out together right there. And if I go to, let's see, VC, VEC, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, right there. And if I now make, I write the code one by one. Let me reference that actually. Let me check it out and I'll be right back with you. All right. So, yeah, this will be quite difficult to learn, but I'll just grind through it. That's what I said. So if you check here, those are different tabs, different yeah, we'll just call them tabs right now. And this one is detail. That is where we found our radii. And if we go back to our bound, we'll find our radii right there. Not in the vertices. Oh, so no, it's not a vertice, right? Not in the points, not in the vertices, not in the primitives, but in the detail. So first and foremost, we have to tell Houdini, hey buddy, this is detail, right? And then we'll open a bracket and close it. And now it should actually give us some no, please don't. Okay, detail. I was scrolling, sorry. Detail, and then we'll put quotations. And now it tells us how this should work, almost like a short tutorial. I'm gonna read it. It says float detail, string surface node, string attribute name, and float attribute index. So let me break that down for us. String surface node, it needs the name of the node, and there's a way to reference the node here, which is the bound node. Basically, I'm just gonna put the camera a bit more up like this. Amazing. The second thing after a comma, it needs string attribute name. So it needs the attribute name, which is radii, so radii, and then the last thing it wants is attribute index. All right, and the reason, so you could see actually like a shorter version of this right there. Attribute index will be which one of those values we need. And by that, I mean, if you go on the bound, you will see 0, 1, 2. That is the index. All right, so now we know that. We know how we can build this step by step. So first of all, we need our brackets, and then we need our quotations. And the way you could reference an attribute, I hope it actually shows us that. Wait, let me just put the quotation again. Is there a way to show that to us? Example, detail, quotations. And here you see object, geometry, attributes, and then the area, and then 0. Okay, so what we will do now is add point, don't know why yet, that I'm just following the tutorial, and then slash. But if I have to guess, it's saying look for, and now we'll add bound. All right, and here we have it. And now we should be able to add a comma. Although I'm not quite sure. Give me a second. All right, so we close the quotation, and then we add a comma. Now we add new quotations, and this should be our radii. So 1D double I, and now another one, and 0 with quotations or without quotations. I think without quotations it should survive. And do we need a semicolon here or not? Let's see if it works. All right, so now it should take the value 0, and let's see if we need a quotation, semicolon. Okay, we don't need the semicolon. Let's see. All right, now it works because the red things are gony. Cool. That means now if we to manipulate the box from this level, and I'll show you what I mean. If we to make this smaller or bigger, it will stay. However, it's not going in the minus values for some reason. And that is due to the positioning of the ropes. That's why it's not changing. Because the positioning of the ropes is basically right there, and it won't go further because it's bounding everything. Do also the ropes with it. We should also find a way to reference the width of the planks and reference it to the positioning of the ropes as well. And now I'm just trying to think, how would that actually be? And one way to think about it is similar to the way we created the offset now, which is through the VOP, but the VOP is also controlled by the out values. And now I'm trying to understand if we could hook the transformation of the ropes with it. I will check if the tutorial covers that. If it doesn't, we will have to do it on our own. And that is fine too. I think it has something to do with the bounds, if I have to guess. Like the bound value should be able to mathematically calculate the planks alone, and depending on the thickness of the planks, it should actually... Well, let me rename this, right? So this will be bound all. Yes, and I would need another bound for the actual planks and the size of them, because we would like to control the thickness. And we'll see if that is something also covered in the tutorial or not. So pause and we will be right back. Here we go. So now we've seen one way to do this. So for now, I'll forget about the ropes. Maybe it will be covered later. But let's focus on different ways we can make things a bit easier and more readable in the graph. So one thing that comes to mind right now is, where the hell is the connection between this attribute and the bound? We don't see it. And if we don't see it, then our whole workflow is visual dependent, then this will be a pain in the butt, right? So one way to do it is not only through code, but you could go to the setting icon right there, click that thing, and now go all the way down to visualizer, add spare input. Add spare input right there. Okay, and now we have a spare input, and it is called spare input 0. We could add another one. Here we go, setting icon or settings icon, and then add spare input. Again, add spare input. We keep repeating until we get the point of things. Okay. It can be sometimes that you would use a lot of spare inputs. And one way to connect now to say to Houdini that this is our spare input for the bound is to go on the bound. And now basically let's add another one here. And this is 2. Let's keep this on 1. And we go back to our, all right, we'll add another one here too. And we'll keep this on 1 as well. And now we will zoom in our attribute. And we see our input. And if we to take the thing from here, so the radii attribute, and put it here. Okay, now give me a second, I'm missing something. Okay, so I basically just forgot how that's done, and that is fine this way. Let's go back to our attribute, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. If you click on this, drag and drop it, see if you just drag it up to this menu, it should drag it with it. And now we have the bound all, which got updated after we have renamed it. And now the way you could reference it in that code is by tapping, or by actually just adding -1. Why -1? What the hell is -1? Okay, I'll explain it to you. You see those here? There are 4 inputs. So for whatever reason in the future, if you ever want to reference those inputs, you add 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 for those inputs above. Now, a secret way to basically mention the spare inputs is just go by -1 or -2 or -3 or -4. Now you could add any other attribute, right? You could add the merge attribute here. You could add the transform attribute here, and you will have a better visualization because now you see, yo, okay, so if, hey, thanks for coming over. Who are you and what do you do? Thanks for coming. And so let's see if we, just chatting with the chat. Okay, so let's see if we, so like if we're working with the attribute VOB right there, and we're wondering like, where the hell are those? Where's bound all? I really need to find it. So we go with the first input here, and then we're like, here it is. This is where we connected it. Right now, we don't need so many spare inputs. I was just showing you how to do it. And we need only one. We need the bound all, and we have referenced it as -1. Now, the cool thing about adding things with code here is because we could always, let me just show you the template here. Like right there. Actually, let's show the template. Hey, so you're coming from the DGA Discord server, and your username is MXRV. All right. Nice to have you, buddy. What do you like to do? What do you enjoy doing? Let's see. And also, which course have you participated in, if any? Let's see here. So my point was that we want to see the output of the thing, right? So let's template let's template this one. Actually, let's template the merge. So we see it, and we see our line is right there. So if we want to add a slight offset here for it to go inside, we don't need to go in the VOB itself and add a multiply and this and that. We could just add now a multiplication of 0.8, and it should basically put it right inside the ropes right there. That's kind of cool. If I go now put 9, for example, I just want it to be a little bit outside of it, like slightly, because I think ropes, the way they connect is that I think from the bottom it goes this way, and then so it's basically not but like it's going around, I think, in reality. But we should check reference anyway before we go into maybe 8.8, like 0.88 basically. All right, so you are saving money for the explosion workshop. Let's check that out. I'm going on DoubleJump Academy. Where is the explosion workshop? It's coming soon, you mentioned, yeah? So waitlist open, and it's the ultimate explosion workshop. Phew, this looks cool. Let's check it out. All right, let's check the trailer. Damn! Boosh! So you want to blow stuff up, right? That's what you like. You just don't want to go to prison. You just want to do it on the computer. Damn. It's amazing. Oh yeah, it's quite scary. Damn. The music is quite epic. Oh no! No! Don't put that on the stream. I hope YouTube won't take that down. Yeah, well, that is, I mean, it is on YouTube, so it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that's sick. That's really cool. How much is it? How much is this workshop? Let's see. We're gonna go all the way to the pricing. Oh, there's no pricing. All right, it's maybe up there, all the way up. Yeah, rest in peace, jeans. No, don't worry. It's really funny. I like the humor in DoubleJump Academy. They keep it. It's not like, you know, like going to college or anything, or it's super official. It's like there's some sense of humor there. I really like it. Hey, look, it's my video. We made it. No. So let's see. Starts from, it doesn't say. It says TBA. All right, that's because I have this thing on. Let's go back to. All right, let's check if there's pricing on this thing. Yeah, there's no pricing. Do you know how much it will be? Like, is it a 400 workshop, or is it one of those? I don't know. But for now, I know that they make. Yeah, it's still not announced. True. I think this one. So this one inspired me a lot to start with Houdini, and yeah, even so I'm not sure if this one has a price yet. Yeah, it doesn't have a price yet. Yeah. They're probably figuring stuff out still. Hopefully making it a bit cheaper. Let's see. You said, but I think it will be around 800 euros or maybe even more, but it will be worth it. Hey, you know, everything that boosts your learning is worth it in the end. And, you know, if you learn from it, and you're basically investing in your own career, like, more or less. For people watching on YouTube, if you're ever interested in joining, check the link below. It's an affiliate link. These people make really cool tutorials until now. And you too, by the way, if you ever initiate your purchase, I'll be thankful if you go through the link. Just kidding. All right, so let's go and continue learning, guys. Let's check some stuff out. So now how long have you been learning Houdini, by the way? I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, so we added this multiplication here where it's on a slight offset. I quite like it. Is it on the same side as well? Yeah, it's on the other side as well. Maybe lower number, maybe like a 5. Nah, not a 2, a 5. Come on now. There you go. That's too. Actually, nah, the rope is quite thicker than this. Also, you've been working Houdini for 2 years. Oof. From Rebel Way, I actually would like to contact them because I've seen some quite the cool stuff they have. Might check them out. Might actually reach out to them. And did you enjoy? Was there any course from them that made sense to you the most? Like helped you the most? Is there anything you think you've learned a lot from? It seems to me that you're interested more in visual effects, right? And not much into procedural modeling. I could be mistaken, of course. Yeah. Okay. So I would like to take the. Let's go a step back here and play with our density. So it's 0.5. Let's just make it a bit. Yeah. Yeah, let's make it like that. Keep the holes a bit bigger. And now we'll go back to watching and we'll post the record. Okay, so what we will do now is you could consider it, I guess the purpose of this is to group things. So what I'll do first is take this a bit down and this thing too. Actually keep this one up. And now I will go to our merge that we created here. And maybe we do add a smooth, although I don't think it's needed. Yeah, that is not needed now, for sure not. Okay, we don't need to hook that actually to the final result because we still need it to basically create the ropes. All right, so if we now take that and add a null at the end of it, and the null for me, so far I understand, is a way to group things. And so for example, this would be the railing, okay, bottom, railing. Okay, so railing, here we go. And now we could take those 2 lines that we created. If I just view that thing that we just created, so only those 2 lines here, and we start creating the sweep we created before with our rope. So first of all, we will create a sweep node. Wait, let's connect that. Let's stick that out. I wrote the wrong thing. Sweep. And then we do the same thing we've done before. And let's review what we've done before first in order to understand what we will be doing now. So the sweep, we have, first of all, we changed it to columns, I remember. Then we added 3 columns, and let's actually view it. Oops. Let's view it. Uh-oh. No, thanks. No. 3, just 3, please. Thank you. Why did it change to green? All right, so, and let's view it. It should be right there. Come on now. Here it is. So it had 3 columns in the beginning. Those 3 columns got twisted right there. And then again, this time we added the tube. So we fleshed it out, so to speak, and then we changed the scale. Okay, so the same thing we will do right here. And then we will show it up right there, and we'll go back to it. Where is our sweep? All right, we're gonna view this first. Sweep. Maybe view it and keep the other thing as a template. Okay, so first thing we have to do then is the column thing. So if we take our columns and we make them 3, And why am I not seeing anything? Maybe round tube? Yes, we need to put that, otherwise it won't work. So now we need 3 columns. However, why is it taking the first one? We don't need that. Yeah, we only need the 2 rails here. And we will take that sweep and actually give it some twists. So let's twist it. If the smaller ones were 3s, actually what I will do is also add a resample here. Resample. And this should be hooked now, and it should create the points as much as we want. A little short break and we'll be right back. Okay, so back to it. We will create the ropes. I feel like we kind of need to reference the end result here just to check with everything else. Okay, so here's an example. And space 2, I think, to just see it from above. Okay, so first problem is that we can see that there's a quite the offset, and we need a bit more. We need just a little bit more to the side to make it all work. For now, does resample work nicely? Yeah, this looks good. We will now take our first sweep and basically control its radius, I believe. Yeah, let's make that radius as small as our rope. And then we will take our twists and twist it now until it matches the rope's volume, basically, of twists. 13, so it looks like it's made all from the same rope. And what happens if we actually view this thing and not this thing, wait. We view this thing, the end result, like actually view it, and then keep working here. Okay, so the sweep still needs quite the twists, I believe, like a bit more twists to it. Let's try 14 twists. But however, the longer it will be, so this is, I'm thinking now if it to be longer, this won't matter anymore. Or the resample will take care of that, right? Let's reference this. Excuse me. The level of detail. What happens if we put that down? It is not the one that controls it. This one controls it. Just want the same density as the ropes themselves. And then we should be able to take another sweep here and create it. And we should be able to now make our sweep make we should be able to make it happen. Let's see, all the way up, and we'll create a tube. And now that tube needs a way less. All right, let's view this one. Let's actually view it and just take this one as such. And now let's take our radius way down. Okay, so we see that our first radius is quite big and needs an adjustment. And here, now we're talking, we need more twists, my friend. So give me more, give me 16. Yeah, okay. How does this look like? Let's see the viewport here. All right, let's view everything together. Definitely needs to go a bit down. However, the density and the twists are still not matching. So I'll go with something like 19 here. Now we have more twists. Maybe even go up to 20. I want to see at least two twists before it goes away. Yeah, like this is fine. Looking good. I still believe it's a lot of geometry though. So not sure how performance friendly this will be. Which is the main thing about games, right? You need them to be performance friendly. I bet there are workarounds. but let's see for now. Let's play and we'll learn more. So in the workshop they show us how to make this quite friendly, like performance friendly. And now I will also go over it with you because it's quite important. So instead of, let's see, just trying to think here. If we go with square tubes, it should look quite different. Right, and the width here should go down. Yeah, okay, so you can see here we're creating square tubes as such. We could still make this way smaller to 1, and we have already cut a lot of the geometry away. And if you still think that this is still too much, I can always go back to, or sometimes it looks like it's not rounded. So one way to do it is to add the normals. Let's add a normal node, and in the normal node, once we have hooked it up and viewed it, this thing should be on 100, and now you can see that they look rounded, tricks the eye into making them look rounded. And if we change the shade to smooth, it will look like they're like a bunch of tubes from far away. Yeah, this looks really good. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this makes them square. We could reduce the resample to something like this. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, it is still the same. It should be more performance friendly. I would like it to still have the same twists as the lower one, honestly, just a taste thing. I know this won't be friendly, but I mean like performance friendly. But it will keep it like this. So when I do things a bit different, so let's see, should handle it. All right, we'll be right back. I'll go off-road a little bit now and give the whole thing a little bit of a transform, like right after here, because I do think they should be on the bottom. So transform. Okay, let's put that right there and hook it up. And now we will take the Y value and go down a bit with it. Let's go 0.01 and just manipulate it until it looks like it's on the bottom level of the rope. A bit more down. It's fine to take a bit more time, I think, to just make things look visually appealing. This looks cool. Let's zoom back a bit, go back to our geo and actually just view our final result for real this time. Let's take away our points and just view it. Okay, so what's happening is that it's not viewing them because they're not connected to the output. So output, here you go. And why can it not output 2 values? All right, so we will have to merge things. Let's merge things. That's fine. Let's merge it and take it out on the output. Okay, let's see how that works, how that feels, and see if it works. Okay, so geo, and here we are. How is our ratio of the rope in comparison to the other things? All right, looking good. It's kind of on the side. From above, it looks good. I wish there was, it was shown how to take those more inside in regards to, maybe there's a way to control it thematically. Just trying to think here. Let's try to do that actually on the go. And maybe we find a way to do it. Let's do it. Let's try it. Okay, so the first thing is that we need to work with is the transform right here. Now the transform, that is the first one. And it is, I just want to reference this now. Okay. I want to reference it to our blanks. And so this is our transform. It's right there. and if I to change the transform here, it will change with it. So how can I control how far away from the center this could be? And if we to change the width of the pulley, the box here, it should change with it. One way I could think about it is the bounding. So the bound that we created right at the end here, bound all, but we would create a bound right after that, right? Bound. And so if we have that bound and we connect it right now, and we also enable our radii right there, and we somehow connect that value of the width to the value of the transform by creating some sort of a fob. Just trying to understand what we've done today in order to basically, let's double click here, just check what we've done. We have created an out here from the line to determine the x values or the out values. And then we have multiplied it with a parameter that change its value from the middle. And then this is how we created the rail system. In no matter how direction it is in. So we don't need the same system here, but we need something that can communicate with the width of the cube and change its transformation value here. And I'm just trying to wonder how we could actually do that. So we need a VOB, that's for sure. So let's add a VOB here. Let's add it right there. Let's take it away from the scale. Like, let's just, okay, no, that's not the one we need. VOB, attribute VOB, right, this one, okay. And now if we connect the scale to it and we took the, right, we add a new attribute or input, spare input, here we go. And now we could basically take the bound inside of here and we create in the VOB a way to take the position and put it into a vector. Vector cast, vector 3, vector to matrix, is that the one? Let me see what happens with this. This is the vertices, right? Or is it the vector? It's a vector. V vector. Here P also is a vector value. So if we, for example, is there a split node? Split string? Is that something that it's a string? Separators? Max split. Split string, no. We don't need that. Trying to think of a way. So let's add. Okay, let's add and let's add the position. And let's add what is it called again? That way where you could bring more bond. Let me check. It's called bind. And so the bind value is our rabbi. Sorry about that. Rabbi. Is that the way to spell this? Let's not do caps. Rabbi. And then if I add a float value to that, maybe vector value is the proper one. Vector. Nah, this is all going the wrong direction. Let me think. No, that's not the way you do it. So we're adding a number to all. What we want is, well, let's see if we middle click here, promote, no, we promote a parameter. We double click on that, and now this should be a vector 3, right? So vector, here we are, and so let's add a 10. Now we're adding a 10 into the X. However, how is it supposed to reference our, okay, maybe one way. Okay, so now we added this 10, right? In the X. Let's see how that will play with the position now. Okay, let's go back and view our VOP. What is it doing? It didn't do anything. I mean, it should be in the 10 somewhere here. Here it is. So it is going. What we could do now is let me think. Right here we could add Houdini. Can you check our detail? And in the detail we have our quotations, and we'll have -1, and in the -1 comma attribute again, so quotation again, we need the radii, and we need our also one more, I mean no quotation, but our 0 value, if I'm not mistaken, that's the width. And now we plus it by, or minus, or even multiply it by 0.8. Let's check how that is working here. Oh, look at that. We're having some results here. Damn it. Now let's check if that was our, if the copy of that was on the other side. So say, I want this to be, come on here, a spreadsheet. No, come on, focus, actions. And then we will put create reference copy, absolutely. And now in the reference copy, we should be able to, in here, add multiply 0, 1. Okay, and now if those two, let's bypass this, bypass that. If those two are merged, so to speak, so let's merge them together alone and check our values, how they will be. Mergey, view that. Is it working, y'all, or is it not working? Okay, so reference that, reference this. Okay, so what happened is, let me think about it. We have added it in the, definitely in the wrong stuff. So the -1 should be in the other one, not in this one. And that was our mistake. All right, so boom. Now we have 2 of them that depend on the size of the box, right? Do we have this correct? Please tell me. Oh my God, it's completely, I mean, it depends, right? If we wanted to, let's see, shift. Yeah, that's the one we want. So no matter how big it is, it's taking the thing with it, but there's a slight offset. It's not pinned completely for now. I'll take that as a success. I will delete the merge here. I will take that inside of here. All right, let's take those 2 transforms and put them way further away from here, like out of it basically, and delete the connection. Okay, and now we have the smart way to do things. We have the bound that is connected to both of them. We have an error here because it's, what's happening? Okay, we deleted the connections and things went bananas. When did things go bananas here? go bananas before, or we'll just delete the connection here, honestly. And now we'll check and try to understand what is happening in there. Ah, we deleted the cube. Damn, we don't want that, man. Cube, go back, man. Yeah, box is back. This is let's delete them. They don't matter anymore. And merge, go away. You too. Okay, now merge this. Oh wait, we're merging it a billion times. We don't want that. Just merge once. All right, and let's see that. All right, we have a good result. And if I want to expand that in the Alt or Shift, actually, no, in this way. Come on now. In Shift, here we go. So we have that control here. And what I will do, let me think about a value we could create to make the width work. That value could be just a simple transform, honestly. So let's add a transform. Transform, and right there. Don't want to mess with things more than I have to. So scale in this axis. Here you go. That's what we want. And now we will, yeah, that will be our blank scale. Blank width. All right, width, good. And here we should be able now to connect our value. And so let's switch to the other UI. And here we have our attributes, correct? And if we go to our plank width, yo, plank width, you just got promoted, buddy. How did you get promoted? Well, let me show you. Plank thickness, plank bridge width. That could actually freaking work, right? And let's see. Boom. No, sorry. How was that done? Like the other way around? Wait, how was that done now? Scale. Relative channel reference. Ah, here you go. Current channel value, and now it should be 0. And if the width was 1, will we have a 1 value? Okay, so we chose the wrong connection here. Bridge width, boom. Relative channel reference. Let's see, here we go. This should determine our bridge width. Let's hope so. If we actually view the last result, which is this one, we have our add points. However, it is going nowhere. Output, here we go. And now bridge. Look at that, guys. Look at that shit. This thing is working. However, right, bridge width, let's see. Yeah, it is working. I don't like how the bevel is being manipulated in this way. It's not. Is it? Is it working though? Is it working? Bridge width. Bridge. Yeah, it is working. So it's not going too far, right? No matter how we make that thing bigger. Yep, it's going well. So for now, 1. We could put a maximum value for that. But hey, we achieved what we want. And now we want the bridge thickness to work. But in order for that to work, we also need to take the same bind value and apply it on the ropes. And we should actually apply it on the circle itself. Let's do it. Let's do it step by step. We should be able to do it. Take me back to our spacious UI. And now we will basically do the same. What we will do is take the same values from the VOB that we just created, delete its connections, and then go back all the way back to our circles. before the sweep, right there on this transform. Now take me back here, please. Okay, so here we are. Please give me the reference of the planks after the transform, of course. And now we should be able to see approximately how big this should be. Give me only wireframe for now. Give me space 3 or 4. Yeah, this is acceptable. And what we will do now, guys, is, yeah, that transform is fair enough. Let's keep that transform. Now we'll put that thing right there. And now we'll just basically take our detail. What we will do is manipulate the scale instead of the transform, and that will be inside of the VOP. Because we're playing with the P here, we should be playing with let me think, the vector, maybe for the scale. What is the scale? Which vector does the scale play with? Honestly, I have no idea. CD vector, what does the CD do? Force vector, age. Can someone tell me in the comments if y'all know which vector you should be connecting for the rotation or scale? Sorry, not vector, but like which, help me God here. Which one of those would you connect if it is the scale? Which one of those attributes do we need to connect? Now that is quite... I thought it would be a bit easier than this, but it's giving me a bit of a harder times. And for that, let's just create thickness here and check if this thing is working with it now. Okay, so it's doing some stuff, not the stuff that we want it to do, but definitely some stuff it's doing. Okay, so where is this thing now? When we change it to vector, it's nowhere to be found, so to speak. Oh, damn it. Okay, so let's go back into the attribute. Let's connect it to position instead. In the position, it is not doing anything when it's getting scaled up. Makes sense though, because we are... Okay, so it also depends on which vector we're manipulating, correct? So if we say this vector should be... damn, this is gonna be something. Okay, so let's say 10, 10, 10 all over the place, and damn, this is a bit difficult. Let's add this here again. We can see that the vectors... Wait, is it that we would have to control the points? I'm trying to think, because the scale manipulates the vectors, right? So if we to get... are those vertices or are those vectors? And where are they referenced from? Global parameters. Velocity vector. What's the next thing? Force vector. This is velocity. Okay, so where are the points? Point number. Is there a way we could control the scale here for those things? Let me try to think. Well, you can control the position of certain points that you select. Let me check that. Let's do that. Maybe that's the solution. Maybe we're getting somewhere now. Yeah. So before here, we've been there, and let's add the points here, as you can see. Now let's add a group. Group A. Let's get that group here. Let's disable that. Let's get bounding box, bounding region. And the region, how big is it now? It's quite big, so we'll just take that one. And instead of primitives, we'll take points. So we will be selecting the points. And maybe, actually just maybe, we select soft. We make like a soft transformation. But we also need to check in the viewport here if we are. Yeah, we are. Okay, so we are over it. However, I don't see any selection happening. Maybe we have to. Let's see. Where did it go now? Where did it go now? Let's see. Bounding box. Disable, enable. Now we don't. So the enter we need. Okay. And the points. Okay. I'm not sure if it's selecting them, honestly. And how do we reference that even? Like, how do we get that selection to be referenced? Can we select from here? We can select a group. That is doable. So let's try it. We'll call this group A. Give it a A group. And we'll go here and select group A. Do I have to connect it? We have to connect it here. That's why we were not getting that selection. Okay, let's connect it here then. And we take group A. What is it saying to us? Are we still manipulating the points? Yeah, this is not working. Let's only manipulate the points in the y-axis. Okay, how would that work now? We're taking the details. All right, since, wait a second. Bypass. No, it's not doing anything. Now let's see if we're correct with the groups things. Guess from group or vertices, points. Guess from group. Primitives, detail, versus numbers. Why is there no entries here? Where do we make an entry, guys? How to do that? Oops, sorry. Come on now, please. Damn it. Okay. How do we select something? How do we make that group visible to this? I mean, seriously, does anyone know how to do this? Attributes, how to do this. Man, this is getting on my nerves. Why is it not working? Let me think. How to connect the groups? That's a good question. That's a good question. Attribute bindings, vex. Damn. Let's see. Come on now, buddy. This is group name. This should have a group. We should have a group name A. But it's whenever I put the name A, it doesn't see it anymore. What is happening? Is it not selecting? Is this the problem? Or primitives, edges versus points? They are selecting points. Replace existing, unionize with existing. View it. Okay, and why are we not selecting things now? We are selecting things, just quite weird. Okay. I might understand why this is happening, honestly. Well, for now, let's delete it and make sure that our plan is correct first. Then we could see. So let's just select things now. Select those two. Come on now. Wait, there is nothing to select, right? That is the problem. Okay, it's not like we merged things or anything. Or what's the deal here? Okay, So say I selected this now. Nothing, right? It can't select it. Or can it now? But this is taking longer than I thought it would take. And it is not working with us. It sucks because what I wanted to do is to move the points upwards when we are getting bigger box or bigger bound box, basically. Let's see. Let's see. Think. Let's see. Let's go into the viewport. Here we go. So we have something going on. It's just in the wrong axis. So let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go. Not here, but here. Enter that. Is it? I think I know what's the connection here. Okay, wait. U0 and U10. Okay, I think I know what's happening here. If we go back to the geo, yeah, that's why we're getting this result here. Okay, so come on, give me the strength. Where is it? We're in the wrong one. And inside of here, now go back, one back here, and then go down here. And keep this to 0. Wait a second, why is this the copy already? Okay, here we go, 0. Now we have it going upwards. How do we smoothen the values though now? How is that possible that we make a smooth transform? That is the next question. And here instead of 0.8 we need 0.1, honestly, like even less value. It's going insane because of the 10 that we added. So 0.01, yeah, we just need it to go quite a little bit, not too crazy. And then we needed to be able to do a soft transform or soft. Maybe it's worth Googling. Okay, so I found a little bit of a way now on the stream, just playing around with some stuff. So I took the value from here and I made a resample. So I added new points and then I added a smooth and it's already doing better. And now what I want is right click and actually I will copy this as a reference copy. And then what I will do is take that value and multiply it by -1. So we have the same value, but in the minus. And can we, oh, the selection is the problem. No. Okay, this is not procedural. It's anti-procedural. Oh, damn. I wish the group worked, but even if it did work, it won't really be any of any benefits, honestly. This sucks. Okay, and now this is also not working. A lot of stuff are not working now. Okay, so let's see what is not working. Why is this? No, please take me here. No, okay, we don't want that. Why am I stuck here now? Why would you? 0.8 I said. What is happening? Control Z. Alright, let's go back before the duplication happened. Okay, so what do we have in here? Why did it change this value? So when I copied it, why not you? When I have copied this thing, made a reference copy, did it change anything? In here, it shouldn't, right? So if I -1 here, this should work, right? But it is not working because our input here is 10, 5. Why is it not working? Yeah, it is working, just for some reason. Like, what is happening in here, man? Can I get my normal view thing back, please? Okay, so alright, so I have to click it again to get it back. Alright, so alright, we will Unfortunately, we'll break this connection. Can't do much about it now. Grouping is not working, unfortunately. And okay, so we will merge both of them. Okay, caps lock is not the one I'm looking for. Merge. And now merge this 2. And let's merge this 3. And check them out. So we'll do the trick where we learned how to select all, A, press, A, press, A, press. Yeah. Okay, this is better. And now we check how the resample thing is working with the smooth. Then sweep. Then another sweep. Okay. Alright, so what I will do is go check our shading. Right here. Yeah, flat shaded is fine for now. Do we have, for some reason, more stuff going on in here? 3 columns. And here, same. Now let me see if I change the scale of the box. Scale box, enter. Alright, so it's not completely working, right? Is it? Okay, so something here is not working. Okay, so box, extrude. It is not, that is because, my friend, we have not yet connected the actual value that needs to be changed. We've taken the 0, and in our case, it is not the 0, but it is the lowest value, right? Which is the 1. And now we'll try it again and fix it if we can. All right, so here 1. Here we go. And 0.1 maybe. Maybe 0.4. Actually, that's too much. 2. And now let's take the final results and play with the box now. Yeah. Again, box, please enter. I think it's shift. Okay, so we see it's not interacting with it quite as much as we want it to. So one way to fix this is, I believe, in here. Go crazy. Okay, and one thing is not working as well, it seems. There is the smooth value that is playing around with our... Okay. And what happens if I... Okay. Let me think of also different ways to fix this, because... So, space 1. What is happening here with the curve itself? Just show me the curve. What is happening with the curve? Curve again. It's completely not working now. Merge. Resample. Oh wow, what's happening here with the curve? Why is it viewing itself twice? Because we copied it twice, right? This is it twice, right? This makes sense. We might need to fuse things, guys. Let's do that. Just gonna try to fuse it here. After the merge, give me just a wireframe here. Let's try to merge to fuse them. Alright, so fuse. Where's the fuse values? Okay. Alright, so we'll view only the fuse now. We can see that it is... That is also incorrect, but this could be the one. But however, no matter what we do, it will change, right? Because if I go to the box, this is not perfect. And I shift scale, it will change. But we just want it to work approximately. Like this will be our max anyway. So we just want it to work until here. That's our max value, so to speak. And then we will resample that fella. And one way to make the whole thing go a bit more is 0.5, but it's... Let me think. Okay, so what is happening is as well that we need more points to select. So this and that, and enter. Enter this. I wish there was a way to soft select. This sucks. But for now, I'll go with this. And again here. If you know a way to soft select from here, do let me know. Alright, and now after the merge and the fuse, how does that look like? So the further away we take them. Alright, so this is cool. This I could deal with this. And if I have a resample here, and wait, both? Just show me both. Okay, this is good. This can't change that one. This is good. Okay, and now this. Smooth. Too smooth. Yeah, we kind of need it to still keep its shape. And now the final result of the scale, I guess. Wait, let's select those. A and up and down. Okay, this looks good. Let's see. Let's enable it. And now we can see it with the flat shade. All right, this is looking better already. And now if we take the box again, and you know what, box, you're too big now. You're a big boy. We will shift and bring it down. Look at this, guys. It goes with it. That's amazing. We'll return it to its value though. Like this. And now I will add a plank height or thickness actually. Plank thickness. Alright. And this plank thickness now, its value of the, let's see here. Let's keep this as well. Which value do you think? The Y, right? No, not this one, the scale, of course. All right, so this one, we will keep this one to 1 and break all the connections. And now get our old splitted thing here and go back to our plank thickness, right? Click here. Now we have connected the bridge width and we need the plank thickness in the Y axis, relative channel. And now we could add thickness. Here you go. Isn't that amazing? Cool. Now we'll see everything playing along, right? If we just view everything. Yeah. So we can see that it gets too thick. This is fine, kinda. I feel like the points here need to be wider. Now, one way to do that. So yeah, we're basically not doing things quite by the book right now because of the proceduralism is not working completely procedural, but we don't need everything to be procedural, I guess. Only the things that absolutely need to, we will. However, when we control the thickness, we just want it to work to its limit. We don't want it to be that big anyway. No one wants the thickness to be that big. And I want it to work according to this. I think that thickness is acceptable. But so in order to fix this, we need to go to our in our attribute VOB and actually make that thing go a bit more up. So 7. Maybe even more up, like an 8. And now we go back to our final view. We check that, yeah, okay, this is going better now. And if I make the thickness to that level of 0.7, okay, we need to put a cap on this. So let's put it right now. And we will go to our parameters and then to our plank thickness and actually give it a limit. Here you go. Apply, accept, and here we go. That's the maximum thickness, and we need to give it also a minimum thickness. Let's experiment with it. No plank should be thinner than 0.759, whatever that value is. Okay, so let's go right on to our plank thickness and give it that number. Apply, accept. I will be right back, guys. Just a little break. I'll be right back. Let's do it. Let's make these a bit wider. Where is it? It is... Where did we scale it before? Right there, right? That's the very first scale we added, I believe. Yeah. Okay, we just gotta leave this one as it is. What about this one? What does it do? Nothing. What about this one? What does it do? Yes. Okay, so in the 0 and the 0.01, we'll just go a little bigger. And yeah, so let's view the final result again. Just click it. How does it look like? Yeah, a bit bigger still. Could be better. 0.1, make it bigger. Go back here, clicky. Looking good. Yeah, we can scale it a bit down. Maybe this would work. 0.1. Yeah. And here. Yeah, this is looking good. Too big though. Definitely too big. Yeah. Maybe I could scale it just from here and we should be able to see it. Yeah, let's see here. Alright, there. Bit thinner. Such. Looks good. Alright. Yeah, okay, this looks good for now. And the best part is we could... Okay, let's actually take that a bit away from here. Let's go down there to where we created the sweep, the other thingy. How did we separate it? We separated it in here. Let's add a bit of a bigger value or lower value. I think the bigger the better, so 8.8, and then click here again. Okay, let's reference that regardless and give it 9. Alright, looks good. Is it the same thickness? No, it's a bit smaller. That is why we'll go now to our sweep value here. We will basically view this one. And now manipulate the radius again. A bit thicker. Just a bit thicker. And the second sweep should be a bit thicker as well. Here we go. But that is a bit too jaggy, right? So resample, give us a bit more, my friend. All right, wait, chill. 0.01. It's too much. 0.001. That's less, that's more. Yeah, now we got a nice thing here. Nice thick one. Good. It's going a bit too fast in my opinion. Let's give it more resolution. This looks good. What happens if we choose 4 columns in the first sweep? Just curious. Okay, that's a bit too much. Okay, let's see how that works out with everything. Here we are. Yeah, big rope, looking good. Yeah, here you go. I like the big ropes. They really resemble reality for me a bit more than smaller one. Or they add a certain like value of stylization, honestly. Okay, so let's see. Let's play with our values that we played with before. Here we go. That's thicker. That's thinner. Thicker. Still need to be much thicker somehow. Thin, thickness. This need to work with it, otherwise it won't work for us. So let's make it work for us. Here, please give me a value of... Wait, let's go back here, and now we have it, so that's good. Give me a value of 1. What would 1 be? Alright, and here we start realizing that even the 1 is too much. So dot 2. Okay, that is ruining everything. Okay, so we go back to the transform and go back here, and so we have that, and we can manipulate things. Alright, and now in the dot 0. Alright, dot 0, go up there a bit. This looks good. And the dot 0 as well. Okay, wait, dot 0. Okay. Thickness. Yeah, this is too much. It's too much. Man, but at the same time, if you have such thick planks, the rope will be definitely different. It will look a bit different anyway. But it is breaking. So what is the solution here? We can make them... I mean, we can... Wait a second. We can make them... not here, but here we can make them thicker this way. And then get to the density and get them a bit further away from each other. Yeah, such, yeah. This would work, kinda, right? If they're that thick. However, if they're that thick, it still kind of works, but it's too stretched, man. It's way too stretched, this thing. Let me think. Yeah, I don't want to be changing this value all the time, so this is fine for now. If we add thickness, where is it? Where's the thickness? If we add the thickness, my thickness like right here. This is completely broken, and I think one way to solve this is to go in the selection here. And yeah, okay, I can find a solution now. Well, naturally, the plank will grow that far, right? So that is quite natural. So let's just make it grow then. And the same thing on the other side, correct? Let's also make it grow that big. That's fine, because we want it kind of grow that big. Otherwise, it won't work. And now if we view both of them, they will look like that. If we fuse them, this is a bit of a problem now. Yeah, this is much better. And now a bit of a resample, a bit of a smooth sweep. All right, that's quite cool. Excuse me. We will now go back to the transform, view it, and then click here, and look at that. Voila. Now we will start play with the thickness more. Whoa, there's 2 of them. That is not good. We don't need them to be that thick. That is something is happening with the fuse, unfortunately. Yeah, so the fuse value now is acting up. Well, that sucks. Is there a way... Well, can we boolean the stuff instead of merging them? Like, how would that look like? Let's try it out. So, nope, not you. Okay, so let's boolean that stuff. Boolean. And the other one too. Right, this one and this one. And please give me the surface. And now what is it doing? What type of operation is it doing right now? Union. Why does it still have any primitives? That does not make any sense. No polygon, only, okay. All polygons. That is not good. Intersect will only take the inside. Subtract will only take, for example, this side for whatever reason. Chatter. That's not helping. Let's see. Union. Only unchanged. No polygons. All polygons. Ah, damn it. How can I remove the inner side? What happens if I select? That will also not help. Ah, damn it. Damn it. That is exactly the thing that should work, right? Like, that is exactly the thing that should work. Boolean is the solution for this. But why is it not deleting? Wait, there was a way we've done the last time we were here. I'm gonna check it out. All right, so I'm trying different things right now. You didn't miss much. I'm trying to get that solution that we did in episode 4 of Let's Learn Houdini for Games, and where we put a circle around things. And I want to try that here. And so we will try it. Let's merge both. And then what we will do is make a circle and Boolean the circle with everything. All right, so Boolean this with that. And now we should have, okay, so circle is getting booleaned, and let's get surface. And in the end, we should get union. Yeah, this looks good now. And then we will add a ends, like we did before, and we'll change this one to unroll new points, I think, or unroll shared points. Maybe shared points is that one. Now we will select with the 3 actually. Shift. Okay, Shift A. Okay, A. Okay, Shift A. All right, just select the points, I guess. Here we are. Okay. Now wait, did we do this? How did we do it? I forgot again. We select, yeah, we did select everything and we blasted it. But why did we do that? It kind of doesn't make sense, but let's try it anyway. But it doesn't make sense. Okay, so blast, I guess. Here we go. And now we will blast the delete unselected. Yeah, this doesn't make sense, guys. Doesn't make any sense. Intersect, subtract, chatter, costume, nothing works. I wish I knew a way where I could delete that without before the fuse. I mean, we could theoretically, but this thing will change all the time. Can't just be selecting the points and deleting them. Just watching right now, just to be sure. It's so weird, this problem. I'm just gonna go back to the Boolean operation all the way on, since we created it, and check what type of Boolean did we make. Oh man, it's getting real hot in here. Okay, type of Boolean. Subtract is the one. But, I mean... Okay, just let me turn on the fan a bit higher. Okay, so we decided not to do that. So we basically now limiting how thick the bridge can get, because too thick is unrealistic anyway. So yeah, we kind of did it. For now, we lack the tools and the understanding of how things are done. And we can get that. That's why doing something on your own when you don't know much could be waste of time, because you could have wasted the same time into learning, and then you could be able to do the same effect. Excuse me. So yeah, let's view it now in action. Okay, so this is the rope. This is the thickness. This is the max thickness, the minimum thickness. It's working. It's working with it. It's cool. I like that it's also scaling a bit differently now. Yeah, I just got a bit disencouraged because of it not working. Remember, I'm learning, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and I could have failures. This is the whole point of the stream, is to fail in front of people. That's fine. Okay, so failure learned from, and let's continue and waste our time into learning. All right, so after a huge troubleshooting with Chrome and figuring out why the video was not playing, and now we're back, and we're back stronger. So we will now basically go back to our spacious UI. Okay, and we will now basically start working on the railing. We have a railing here that worked so far on the bottom. We will connect it now to a transform just to basically put it upwards, and so it will be quite easy. Let's reference our no, thank you so much. Let's reference it with our like output value. Just like reference it, template it with it, and now let's take it upwards in the translate, like maybe just one, so it looks like railing. And now we see that this works for us by just putting it upwards like that. It should work because it's still taking its value from the up attribute that we created, basically right there. We created the up. Where did we create it? That right there in the oriental. It's still taking its value from, oh, not oriental, orient along, sorry. Right, this one, the out one. And so it should, no matter what we do with this transfer, it should still work. And so what we will do now, we will actually group this. So we are organized now. We'll just group it and take it right there, and we'll call this group upper rail. Here we go, looking good. Let's also call it here upper rail. All right, looks good now. So, and now what we will do is we'll take that bottom rail, and we will make I'll just review my notes real quick. We'll basically make a group range out of that. What is a group range? We will see right now. Group range, group by range. Yes, here it is. Good. That group by range will keep the name as it is for now. And we will actually just look at it, and we will see those points, right? What we want to eventually do is select point. So like we want to be able to select points by such. So every second point, for example, we've done this before. We'll do it now again. It's called group by range, and we will see it right now how it works. First, we will select points because we'll be selecting points. And here we have the start and the end of that selection. So let's view it and see what is happening. So okay, so one thing I notice right now is if I press space and 2, and so I am in the upper view now, those lines are not quite connecting. Yeah, they're not quite connecting, but for now we will just try in the connectivity here, affect discontinued geometry separately. Let's do it because we need it, because when it gets discontinued, it doesn't know where it should pick the points from. So yeah, we fixed it right now. We will now basically try around with those range filters. Is it the range filter or is it the start end? Just let me review that. All right, yeah, I was right. The range filter is the one. We should just play with it until we get it right. Basically, every 1 of 2. This could work, I think. The points are quite small, actually. every one of what's offset, what does it do? I hate it when it doesn't work. Why is it not working? Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know why I'm not getting the selection. Maybe I should put it on 2. 2 maybe, and then we should be able to see the selection, I guess. I can't see any selection. They're all blue. Sucks. Okay, so what I did is I just templated here in order to see from above what type of thing is happening here. So yeah, like something like this would work for us now, right? We could also for now just select what's happening here. We're selecting every point in 2. So select this, then 1 not, then 1 yes, then 1 not. And if I say 3, it should be select 1, no, no, 1, no, no. Okay. And if it's 4, it should be select 1, so no, no, yes, no, no, no. So 3 no's, and now 5 no's. Something like this. All right, let's see 4. Okay, so we'll keep it probably with 4 for now. Let's keep it with 5. Let's just follow. And then instead of the transform, let's bypass that for now. We will add a blast. So blast that. Here we go. We will blast it and select the actual group that we will actually blast. And now we will view the points we blasted. We see we have 3 points and then no points and then 3 points or 4 points here. Okay. And now basically we want the reverse of that. And now we have point, point, and point. So yes, and those are on the same length? I feel like, yeah, they are on the same length. Good. So now we keep watching. Okay, are you guys ready to vex? Here we go. So we will experiment a little bit with vex now. And the way we will do it is, if I may show you here with the points. Here we have points numbers, which are super, super, super tiny right now, but that is not an issue. What we will do is basically make our array a little bit bigger, because right now it's very short. So the add 2 should basically move a little bit. Here we go. Let's keep it straight actually. So let's keep those. Give me a 5 here, a 0, 0, fine. Let's give me a 10. A 10 is a nice number. Okay, and then we'll go inside here again. And so we will see what we have deleted. And we see that we have deleted a lot of stuff. Okay, so we need to bring that number a bit down. So 1 more maybe. And now we have, what are the numbers here? 0, 1, 2, okay. And it goes like that. All right, that's nice. How does the final result look like? Excuse me. Let's just have a template. All right, this looks good. Cool stuff. And so the reason I'm looking at the numbers here is because we have only what do you call those type of numbers? You know, the one that could be divided by 1 or 3. So that's a 1, that's a 2. Okay, now we have different numbers, that's fine. I feel like we could still use less points here that we deleted. I think that is better. Let's see, 1, 2. Okay, let's see if this would work now. We will have vex, so wrangle. So attribute wrangle. We'll put it right there. Now I'll show you what we would need from it. In theory, we would love it to work like that. Let's just delete the template here. We would love it to work as such. Every number that can be divided by 2 should be raised up. Okay. So we'll see how that works. That is actually, it's a quite simple It's quite simple code. So we'll start with the if. So here we go. If what? Okay. If at the point number, point num, modulo, which is the percentage thing, 2. Now we're saying if it can be divided by 2, it should equals 0. And then, so if it is 0, do this at p, the big P, and dot y, because upwards, we're gonna move it upwards, plus or equals to 1. All right, and this should take it upwards, up to 1, and then semicolon. Let's see if that works. Let's see what it does. Okay, now we see that it had definitely worked on numbers that are only divided by 2. So the 0, the 2, etc. It's way too much though, so what we would do is increase that number, like here, and now we look back there. The blast should be also updated. Why is it not updating? Let me check. 4. Yeah, okay, and blast it, please. And now from the blast, okay, here you go. That's why we connected directly. We should connect to the blast. Here we go. So let's take it back down to 2. This is good. This is a very nice stretch. It is doing it quite nicely. Cool, cool, cool. And that is what we want. We want it to work nicely. Yeah, so yeah, it's basically dividing every point number by 2. And those who are not are staying at 0, right? That's what they're doing. If it can be divided by 2, raise it. If it not is divided by 2, keep it on 0, right? This is all what we're doing. Cool, so now we have a type of railing. What we will do next is definitely to... What we will do next, I guess, is to... I just had the idea. All right. So we have now a very, how to say, like a very... Come on, help me. It's very inflexible way to raise a number, because you have to go to the code, press it, go to the code, press it. We can't have like a float value where we could tick it right, left, right? And the same thing for, well, this you could, but this one you can't really do much with it. So let's do that. We will basically go to our transform here that takes the upper railing upwards, and we will, because that value, the same value, if we change it here, we will change how maximum this thing is. So we'll take that one. Sorry. We will copy, how to say, keyframe, expression, motion effects, copy parameter or paste expression. Well, we kind of need the copy the expression itself. Let me see if there's a way to do that. All right, so what we will try is to copy the parameter itself and basically paste it in the right there. See if it works. All right, and it does not. What happened here? Okay, Control B makes everything bigger. And we'll put it right here. Okay, so that is not working. Sorry, excuse me. We'll put it right there. Again, it's mentioned in the course that there's like some sort of a bug. Let's paste the expression. Let's paste expression channels. Paste relative expression. Yeah, this one we need. We need that expression right there. All right, and now we will paste it here. Good. This should make it work now. Yeah, it just works like that because it's logic. When you're working with logic, it's a bit different. You don't want it to go into a infinite loop or whatever, or crash your computer. So we'll save that before it crashes our computer. And if we take that 1, 2, 3, it should go with it. All right. And this will be our railing height. parameters that we will just create right now. Let's have some fun. Do we have one already? Rope twist, say scale, angle, filter, plank, density, rope twist, railing closeness. This is actually what we need right now. We could manipulate this one, I think. Let me just go check the main Houdini file that we have open here. Actually, we didn't open it today. That's kind of cool. Okay, anyway, let me just sit properly. All right, so what we'll do is we'll add a float value, actually an integer value, right there into the artsy stuff. We'll name it a railing. Railing. What type of railing we want it to be? Railing height. Yes, that is the one. Height. All right. Railing height, and it won't be... Oh, wait, I've mistaken it. It should not be an integer. It's actually a float. So, floaty, floaty, float. Where are you, Mr. Float? Where's the floaty? Float, float, float. Here it is. That's nice stuff. All right. And so, railing height, and we will have the float have some limit. So actually, let's not put any limit because we could make a giant bridge. Why not? Because we can. So we have that. Nice. Let's go and actually implement it. So back to our, not space, but the number one. Okay, we'll go back here and now we will zoom in slowly into the value that we want to change, which is right here. Railing height. All right, height. This is good. And now we will go to our railing height value and put it right there and give it a reference. And now the height is on 0. So that is not good. We want the height to be a bit taller. Here we go. And if we check our attribute, should actually do it. Attribute wrangle, my friend, are you working or not? Let's see, is this working? Not really. Okay, we'll control Z until it works. Let's see. All right, so it works now, but the moment I put it here, let's see, does it accept any number other than it does? So the float value itself is not a problem. Let's put it back again, check another one. Yeah, this one works. All right, so this is our railing value right there. And our blast, our here, the group range will be this value, this one, out of 2, will be our railing closeness. So we'll put it right there. There we go. And the relative channel reference, I guess that's the one. 2. Whoa. No, not the width. We don't want to change the width. We want to change the angle, rope twist, closeness. Here it is. That's awesome. Cool, guys. We got it. That is very nice. And the height goes up. Here we go. That is quite nice. All right, we'll keep going, keep watching, and we'll keep learning. All right, so basically we are running into an issue, or let's say it's a taste thing, right? Because a railing as such should be existing in reality. It should be fine. But if an art direction or an art director said they don't like how not symmetrical this is, there's a way around it. So let's actually learn how that is done. It's quite interesting. There is a node. It is called connectivity node. And the connectivity node, what it does is, as you can see here, it counts. Right now we have 0, 1, 2, 3, la la la, until 10. And then it continues right from here. 11, 12, 13, right? This is why we're getting this problem here. But there's a node that could split those two values and start from 0. And it's called connectivity. And we will use it right now. So let's use it. Connectivity. connectivity. All right, so connectivity is here. I just like to keep the connections. All right, let's just organize this a little bit, right? Yeah, even if it's on one line, it's kind of understandable that everything is coming from here right now. It's better than having them super, you know, unorganized. And let's actually organize this too, right there. Let's organize this too, right there. Okay, this was too much. All right, so now with the connectivity, what we do, if I may, I'll just view it right there. If we go into our, I think it's this one, our primitives, we have, all right, let's go into our spreadsheet generally. I'm gonna show you what's happening here. There should be a class, this one, the class here. As we can see, there's class 1 and class 0. And now with connectivity, we have added that attribute that splits the values on this part into class 0. And we can see until 20, it is class 0. Until 21, it is class 1. So that is all it's doing. It's splitting those values, and we will play with them right now. So in order for this thing not to happen, this basically that it starts from top here and not from bottom. In order for that not to happen, we need something called for loop. For each number, or for each point, or for each primitive, or for each connected piece. Named primitive for loop with feedback. That one, we need this one. This is like a code thing, right? So it runs two things together. It runs them from top to bottom to top to bottom. And now if we hook the connectivity here, we will see that we have split those two lines more or less. And now if we take all of this and we put it right inside the loop, right inside here, wait, it should work. Yeah. Now what it's doing the same thing we've done before, plus it is splitting those two lines, and it's running it into a loop, and it should work by now if we review this thing here. Wait a second. Okay. I must been missing something here. Okay, something is not working properly. Wait, group range. Does this work here? If I disable this? Then the blast, does the blast work by then? No. Group 1. Okay, something is not working here. Give me a minute. I missed the main thing basically. In here, there should be some options right there. All right, so what I'll do, I'll keep this value here. It's fine. And then here we should be able to select between the 1 and the 2. Wrangle, yes. Let's see, 1. 0's deleting everything, right? 2. 0 is nothing, and 1 is something. Connectivity, class, local variable. Just trying to understand things right now. This one has not much. This one has something. This one, if it's 0, it breaks everything. Let me think about it. So be right back. Okay, was missing one more thing. If we have a single pass, now the loop is running once. Now it will be running like twice, I think. Let's see what else is there to do. I'm just checking what is happening otherwise. Okay, well, that's step closer. Right, I just realized that my for loop is actually different than the for loop used in the video. So let me get the proper for loop or try to look for it. For loop with feedback, and if I put that here, it says repeat begin, although we need the for each begin. Okay, so let me try to look for loop with feedback for each named primitives connected. Let's try this one. For each begin. That is the one. Yeah, that is the one we need with the connectivity connected to it. Okay, so let's take this one. We explained the connectivity now. Good thing to break things down. And now it actually has the class inside of it. If I go here, it has the class inside of it. And I could now show you all how this is done. If I show it, 0 is the first class, which is class 0, and 1 is class, well, wait, it should be here. Wait a second. Yeah, exactly here. 0 is the class 0 line, and 1 is the class 1 line, as you can see. Okay, so let's take those things and put them inside. All right, and now it should do it one for each time. Let's see how we could repeat both of them again and how we can actually get an output out of this. All right, we'll be right back. So basically this is just to view or see how it's splitting them, but if we just disable it, it will run over and over again. And as we can see, it's repeating it, and it's repeating it in that way. That is if your art director is giving you headaches or if you are the art director and you just want to do it correctly. Okay, so this is looking good. Now we have it looping. Things are wonderful, guys. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up for this episode. I've run into a lot of issues, some technical stuff, but we were able to actually solve them. Hey, if you're watching this on Twitch, and please consider to give me a follow. I am 1 follower away from reaching my goal. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks a lot for watching this. If you had any question, please leave them down below. If you enjoying this and you would like to go into that course in your own speed or get your own specialized feedback, please consider the link below. It's an affiliate link, so I'll get a share from your purchases. I will highly appreciate that. So yes, also like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and that is it for now. Thank you all for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye.